Doomfist has been in Stadium for about 2 months now, and I wanted to get on here and share my honest thoughts and opinions about Doom in Stadium now that he's been in there for a while. I've refrained from making these videos only because I'm obviously biased, okay? I love playing Doomfist. It doesn't matter. They can take Doomfist out, put him in a different game. As long as he plays the same, I'm gonna have fun. It doesn't matter because I like the character. However, I want to say that genuinely, this is coming from a position of bias, but not bias, okay, if that makes sense. Doomfist in Stadium is actually super fun, and I feel like he is in a perfectly fine, good state right now. Well, maybe not perfectly fine, because nothing's perfect, but he's in a playable, enjoyable state in Stadium at the moment, and I'm happy about that. I feel like I also feel that way a little bit right now in the main game. I think that there's some things that they need to tweak with him because of the new additions of characters that they've added. But Doomfist overall as a tank and how they've balanced him to this point since the beginning, when Overwatch 2 dropped in 2022 to now it's just Overwatch again. It's shit. From that whole time watching the changes that they made for Doom, and now they have him in a spot where he's pretty much just fine, and we have perks to also thank to that, because that just added to his character and made him more fun to play and like easier to balance, I think. So right now you can see they haven't done any drastic changes to Doomfist in a really long time. You know what I mean? They added the perks and shit. They took out one of the perks and switched it with a different one and all that, but that's really all we've seen. And I think that's because Doomfist as a character is so interesting, and he's such an anomaly that, what I mean, there's always something that can be done to him, but you can't, he's a type of character where you can't do too much or he'll be completely overpowered, and you can't like nerf him into the ground or he'll be completely useless. You have to have that perfect, that middle ground. You have to be within the middle ground to make him enjoyable to play. And I think that he is in that position in Stadium. And you might be wondering, you might be asking yourself, Caleb, why do you feel this way? And I'll tell you, this is why. Doomfist in Stadium, not only can he have a variety of different builds that are pretty useful against all the characters that they have in Stadium right now, but he's still Doomfist. And if you know how to play Doomfist and you've already been playing against these characters, bro, and you basically know their abilities and everything, like if you're familiar with Stadium, which I've gotten familiar with Stadium, which is why I have confidence making this video now, because I've learned so much about Stadium now that I've been playing it more often. Doomfist is so adaptable. I think that's what puts him in this middle ground that he's in right now. He's very adaptable with the builds that you can create with him. And I know that the new update in Stadium, you have the pre-builds that they've already made, like, they generate the builds off of the information that they get and all that, which is pretty cool. I haven't looked into them that much, but that alone, those 3 builds that they give you, shows the versatility of Doomfist. If you know how to build Doomfist the right way, he's pretty useful in a lot of situations. Now, there's always going to be another side to an argument. There are going to be people who say, no, Doomfist is not doing shit. Which, honestly, that can be valid too. And I'm sure you have your own reasons. I want everybody to know that I want to hear everything in the comments. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on how you feel. Because at the end of the day, this is just my opinion. I just wanted to get on here and yap real quick. All right. Just to see if there was anybody else who was thinking the same thing. But I have seen comments before of people saying, Doomfist is the weakest tank in Stadium right now. You know what I mean? There are way better tanks. A lot of tanks outperform him and yada, yada, yada. Which, I mean, it's at that point you're just talking about tank Doomfist. You know what I mean? That's just him as a character type shit. Like, you could say the exact same thing for the core game. That's why everyone's like, he was way better on DPS. Here's the thing, tank Doom is tank Doom. I'm talking about Doomfist as a character, yes, but him and his kit as a tank, bro, he's always gonna be disadvantaged by some other tank. Like, that's just how it is. Like, some of these tanks just fall into that category. All right, I don't want to get into the argument of whether he should have been moved to tank or not. I mean, I'm glad that they tried it. You know what I mean? You can't fault the people for trying it. And it's been fun. If they ever move him back to DPS, I'll miss tank Doom just like I miss DPS Doom. Like, it's always going to be, I like the different forms of the character. However, in Stadium, Doomfist may be considered the weakest tank if you look at and compare him to all of the other tanks that are in Stadium right now and what they can do. Okay? They are all very good, especially if you can build into them. I'm Right now, when I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about Reinhardt. Now, Reinhardt is actually very good against Doomfist, and he's very good in Stadium if you know how to build him. But like, bro, Reinhardt in general, compared to all of the other tanks, and that's why I'm doing this, because we're comparing Doomfist to the other tanks. It's like Reinhardt. Like, Reinhardt can be very, very useful and very fun to play. But bro, he's low-key weak as shit too. And I think he used to be stronger, but they like nerfed some of his builds and shit. And that takes me to my next point. Right now, they haven't nerfed anything, I don't think, for Doomfist in Stadium. They haven't nerfed nothing. Nothing of substantial value. So a lot of the builds that you can make are still useful and still fun until they nerf Doomfist, until they nerf his builds. He's still gonna be fun and exciting, and he's gonna be pretty balanced to me. You know, I be getting rolled a lot. I be losing. I be like, bro, what the fuck? A lot of the time, it's user error. It's me missing my punches and shit. If I'm playing good, it's hard to beat me. But I do be losing, even with all these builds and stuff that I've made, because if their team is just coordinated and building into the right stuff, I get shut down. So I'm saying that to say I'm not delusional here, all right? I don't want you to think my bias is unjustified and ridiculous. I understand that Doomfist can just be completely shut down. Like, there will be games where you're just not doing shit. But like, the mentality is you win some and you lose some, you know? And I just feel like right now, as far as Doomfist and playing Stadium, I've been winning a lot of my games. And it's because one crucial factor that I've noticed in playing Stadium. There is a possibility that you can have a teammate who isn't performing well. I'm specifically talking about DPS. You can have a DPS in Stadium who's not doing shit, but you can still win in Stadium. Me being Doomfist and having all these abilities and building into my build, in the perfect scenario, if my DPS isn't doing something the majority of rounds or the most crucial rounds, as long as I'm generating enough value, it not only gives them time to do more, but it ends up being just me running teams over. Like, we've seen, I have posted almost 20, I think this, I'm gonna put this video in the Stadium playlist. If you haven't looked at my Stadium Doomfist playlist, please look at it. I have made 20 videos in Stadium playing Doomfist in the last 2 months since he's been released. Okay, I have seen so much, and I've shared it all with you guys, and you've seen games where I'm actually just doing it on my own. Like, I have one other DPS who's putting in a little bit of work. There's another DPS who's struggling, and my supports are keeping me up the best they can. I'm capable of doing exactly what I need to do in Stadium to be able to win a game if one of my DPS isn't doing well, and even if one of my supports aren't doing well. Like, because of the things that I can build into and the variety and versatility of Doomfist, I'm telling you, it makes it easier to win games in the long run. We all know that Stadium is about playing the long game. You can win three in a row and lose 3 in a row. You can win and lose. There's different things that can happen. Okay, steamrolling happens, but I'm gonna be honest, it's not that common. Like, I'm usually winning 2 rounds and losing, or whatever, you know what I mean? The games typically last for a little while. So knowing how to build the right thing to not only help your teammates but help yourself, bro, Doomfist has that ability. And I got on here to say that I've been having so much fun playing Doomfist. I played Stadium a little bit when it first came out. I was playing like Junker Queen and whoever else they had in the beginning of Stadium. I don't know. I was playing Tank. And then I switched to DPS and I was playing Cassidy, and he was fun, you know, just weapon power build, left clicking the whole game, right clicking and shit. That was fun. But Doomfist, bro, I'm telling you, when they added perks, that was already like, okay, Doomfist just got even more crazy. Like, it just, because for me, the reason why I'm able to play Doom and have so much fun playing Doomfist is because, brother, I feel like I'm Doomfist when I'm playing. I don't know if you guys can tell. When I'm playing Doomfist, I be feeling like Doomfist, okay? I be in there, when I'm playing the game, I feel just like Doom. So when they add more abilities and more things that he's able to do, it expands my mind and my body when it comes to Doomfist. And I'm just like, holy shit, this is the craziest thing in the fucking world. If you go back and you watch my first 3 Stadium videos, well, maybe not my first 3, maybe like my first 2, the excitement that I had playing Stadium Doom, you could definitely tell and you could hear it in my voice. It was so overwhelming to me because it just opened the door, because Doom has always been confined to a few abilities. Now in Stadium, he has all of this different shit that he can do. Jet Force Jab? Bro, I'm telling you, that shit is like crack to me. There is nothing more satisfying than punching through an entire team, rising uppercut, booming shit out. Okay? Nobody can tell me shit. And that's the main reason why I want to make the video. Not only you can say whatever you want about how Doomfist stands against other tanks and how useful he is or how shit he is, whatever. He is so much fun to play for people who enjoy playing Doomfist, which I assume is you guys watching this video because that's where all my subscribers came from. If you like playing Doomfist in Stadium, you know what I'm saying right now. Overall, he's super fun to play. His gameplay is fun, and even for those people who aren't into playing Doomfist, I've read comments. I see y'all out there. People have told me, bro, they don't even like playing Doomfist, but watching someone play Doomfist is just entertaining because he's fucking crazy. He's just flying around, flying through shit, rising uppercut, meteor strike. It's crazy and super entertaining, not only to play but to watch. And I think that if you have a character like that in a state like that in whatever game mode in your game, then you're doing something right. Dude, they put Doom in Stadium and it's been so much fun for me ever since. Like, I have been enjoying. I didn't really touch Stadium like that. I played it every now and then. If you check my channel, the last time I had played Stadium before I made my first Doomfist Stadium video was 4 months, or I think 2 or 4 months before that. So I would take month breaks. Like, I was not playing Stadium on a regular basis at all. So because they added Doomfist, it widened my spectrum of understanding what Stadium actually is and what it brings to the table. It wasn't something that I like doing because I like playing Doomfist, all right? So I would much rather play Doom than play something else in Stadium. They put Doomfist in Stadium, well, here I am. I have a lot more hours in Stadium now, you know what I mean? And I also didn't play it because my friends never really played. Like, my friends aren't super into Stadium at all, really. And they only play it now because that's what I'd be wanting to play, because Doomfist is in Stadium, you know? So the influence that Akande had in Stadium has been really, really good. And I feel like right now, he's doing just fine. And for not only for us Doomfist mains, giving us something new to explore and experience, personally, for me specifically, it not only birthed life back into my channel. My channel fucking died after, you know, Overwatch 2 came out, and it had been out for some years. People understood Doomfist and who he was as a character and everything. Like, people get tired of the same shit eventually. You know what I mean? That's just natural. So when Overwatch 2 first launched, it was crazy. Tons and tons of new players came in to Overwatch to check it out. Doomfist is a very niche and difficult to play character, a very difficult to master character. People were looking for gameplay. They were interested in Doomfist. I was making Doomfist content. Why did it succeed? Because I have a passion for Doomfist. I'm just passionate about the character. You know what I mean? I wasn't making any videos for any other reason other than I was having fun on Doomfist and I wanted to share it with everybody. Tons and tons of views. Thousands and thousands of views I was getting. After a couple years, fizzled out, okay? Naturally. They put Doomfist in Stadium in 2025. 2025. And history was repeating itself. I was doing the exact same shit that I was doing on the release of Overwatch 2. But I was doing it now, in the present, with Stadium Doomfist. It was basically a re-release of the character. I'm not even kidding. And that's what Overwatch 2 was, because they moved Doomfist from DPS to tank. So they re-released the hero. I was playing him. I knew what I was doing. People like to see it. What happened now? They did the same thing with Stadium. It's just Doomfist, but more. And so I think that if you release a character into this game mode that you have, and it does so well, I think they did a good job. I think Stadium Doomfist was great. I didn't think that they were going to add him anytime soon. I thought we weren't going to see Doomfist until years down the road, because nobody gives a fuck about Doomfist. They hate Doomfist. Look what the fuck they did to them damn cinematic. I'm still not over that shit. I didn't make a video complaining about it because the internet already knew. Basically, I didn't make a video talking about the cinematic because during the time that the cinematic came out, not only was I dealing with computer issues, but also the internet was already saying everything that I was going to say. Everybody already knew that the way that he lost the fight was ridiculous, okay? I didn't need to say that. I still feel the same way, all right? So Doomfist has had his hate thrown on him throughout the entire existence since he's been put into the game. But they didn't wait to add him to Stadium. They put him in Stadium pretty quickly because I think that they knew that Doomfist is a popular character. There's a lot of people who play Doomfist, you know what I mean? And it would have been beneficial to them to add him into Stadium. And I think that it was a great idea to put him in sooner rather than later. So, and like honestly, I don't really see a ton of Stadium Doomfist content. Maybe that's why my Stadium Doom videos be doing so good. I don't know if a lot of people are actually playing him. I don't know if a lot of people actually like the way that he is in Stadium, or like playing him, or whatever the case may be. But I can only speak for myself anyway. I enjoy playing Doom. I think that if you know how to play him and you know the proper builds, he's pretty fun and easy to play in Stadium right now. They haven't nerfed him terribly or anything like that, so it's just, you know, what can you really complain about? I think that he is doing just fine in Stadium right now. Couldn't they do some changes? Of course they can. Will they do some? Yeah, they will eventually. But right now, he's fun to play. When I log into Stadium, I usually end up having a good time at some point, whether it, you know, is a couple of games in or whatever. But it just feels good to play Doomfist in Stadium. That's all. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. The fact that it's so exciting and fun for me to play Doom in Stadium, the way that they have them, the abilities and powers and things that they've added, it's just amazing. It's amazing. And I've been having a great time. And them adding Doom to Stadium just got me into Stadium. So like, I'm able to appreciate the mode more now and understand what it is and what it brings to the table. And I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. And I really like making Stadium videos as well. So yes, it brings me back to the beginning of this video. Now, I'm a little biased, all right? I'm a little biased, but I still believe that Doom is in a good spot in Stadium right now. Not a perfect spot, but a good, decent spot. So if you're watching this video and you don't play Doomfist, or you were thinking about trying Doomfist in Stadium, please give it a shot. All right, play some quick play. You know what I mean? There's always going to be that toxicity in fucking Overwatch. You know what I mean? Don't listen to people. Learn how to play Doom. Look at some builds. Find something that works for you and try Doom out for real and be serious about it. Because I'm telling you, I mean, I was climbing through the ranks very easily. Like, obviously, Stadium is super casual. Like, it's not anything. Like, your rank doesn't really matter, I don't think, in Stadium that much. Because you don't lose SR or, like, anything for losing up until, like, I don't know, Legend or something. I don't even know. But I was flying through those ranks, winning so many games easily, because Doom is just like, bro, he's so much fun. Like, you can build into pretty much whatever you need to win. So I don't know, bro. I've just been having such a great time. It's been so fun. And a lot of the time when they add characters, they have to do so many tweaks and changes because they're just not in the space that they should be. But I feel like they released Doom and he's been fine. I mean, they did that initial buff to a couple of his powers, and that was it, for real. That was really it. Like, they haven't done that much to Doom because he's pretty much fine in Stadium right now. So I don't know. I just wanted to get on here and yeah, I didn't want this video to be this long, but like, I don't know. I kind of wanted to bring some more conversation to the channel rather than just strictly gameplay, because I feel like you guys might care about my opinions about the state of Doomfist and how he's doing in the game and what they could do to him and whatnot. I'm always very active in the comment section and everything, but I wanted to make a video sharing some of my opinion to see what you guys thought, and yeah, just letting you guys know my mindset a little bit more. That's all. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you enjoy listening to me talk about certain things, I can totally make more videos like this. So just let me know down in the comment section below if you would like to see more of these discussion style videos. I will gladly make some more of those in the future. But yeah, I think for now that's all I have to say. Obviously I have more opinions about different things, but I'll just wait and see how this video does. and we'll see if you guys are interested in listening to some more of my opinions. But for now, I think Stadium Doom is great. It was an awesome idea for them to add him as soon as they did, and I'm looking forward to if they do anything with him change wise or anything like that. And yeah, it's just, I'm having a great time with Stadium Doom right now. I think he's doing just fine. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and listening. I appreciate y'all. I got more videos planned. I just want to hit the ground running with this after this new release of Overwatch, pretty much. And I want to try to retain the viewership as long as I can, because I just fucking love making videos, man. This is so much fun to me, and being able to do it with something that I love like Overwatch and Doomfist, it's just a blessing. So more videos on the way. I appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me over these 2 months. I don't know what I would do without y'all. And yeah, I'll just see you guys in the next video that I make.